Exciting times here in Hilo. I mean, we've got pre-releases, we've got dying stores, God knows what else is going on here. Welcome to Between Two Card Sleeves, the podcast that only shows up once in a blue moon whenever its owner finally decides to hit a mic and beat it over other people's heads. With me today in the sideboard of this fantastic deck of cards that's falling apart, I have Dahmpir. Welcome to the program.
How's it going, Chris?
Right. So, Hour of Devastation. I know we wanted to do this earlier, but we couldn't find time until now. So, tell me about your pre-release. How did it go? Yeah.
Well, short of those who got the most amazing polls of all time, most of us ended up struggling with mediocre to complete shit card pools.
Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess, absolutely.
Case in point, first pre-release I was in, I ended up with two of Catcher's Last Mercies, one of which was my pre-release promo. And,
Yeah.
I was immortal, but immortality doesn't mean I can't lose the game.
That's so true. I myself, I got a Ramumat excavator, and I did the thing. I actually got, I was able to, I pulled the sweet mill, the milling desert with the other desert that made a dude when you sacked it. So I was sacking deserts to mill people out, all the while making tokens to like sort of delay the game until they ran out of cards. That was my favorite part. Sad thing.
I believe it was match one we were against each other.
Yes, we played in round one of the very first pre-release of the weekend. That was probably the most entertaining game all weekend, to be honest, because it was the only one in which I milled someone. That being you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Immortality does not mean you cannot lose the game.
It's true. It's true. I went 2-2, and it was, I think, my best result the whole weekend. Everything else was like super negative, like either 1-3 or the one pre-release. I went it was, I believe, Saturday morning, and I went
Did you go 3-1?
No. Did I? I don't remember. It was a rough weekend. I felt like it was bad.
You went 3-1.
I'll have to double check my Planeswalker points. Maybe you're right, but other than that first round, the other memorable one was when I was paired up against a player in the second pre-release, and it was, or maybe it was the third. I think it was the third. That's the one I dropped because I stared at my hand, said I was gonna play, and then proceeded to spaz out due to no sleep. And like it took us 10 minutes to realize, oh, I'm supposed to like make a play. And like at that point, I told myself, okay, you need to stop playing Magic because you're going to collapse. Like it was, oh boy, that was rough.
Come on, we're both on team no sleep here.
That's true, but like you actually you went, you were able to get a break. I just sort of died in a corner. It was awful. It was so bad. Any pulls, good pulls. What was your best? I mean, you had the double of Catcher's Last Mercy. What else did you manage to scrounge up?
Ended up with a pair of Fraying Sanity, but other than that, nothing really notable. Ended up cracking a box after pre-release.
Oh jeez, how'd that go? Oh boy, oof. I've seen some box openings, and you're either like every day you're hustling. Like I was watching yesterday, Alpha Investments opened a box with like 4 mythics. One of them was a foil bolus, and then like the very next box was literally 1 mythic and like back to back like poop. Like it was like whoa. It's like it like people were. It felt like it was like a conspiracy too, where if you didn't pull a Leovold, you basically lost money.
Well, I mean, I can't really complain with what I got because I believe I got Scarab and Locust.
Okay, that sounds
Myarch.
already pretty good. Mystic what?
The Mystic Myarch.
What's that one? What is that? I don't even know what that does.
Green Mythic has power and toughness equal to double the number of creatures you control and has a reverse Odric ability.
Oh, okay, it's the Chimera. The one that
Yeah.
steals or that can copy ability. Okay.
Yes.
That thing was so rare. I didn't even remember it was a card.
Oh, and I got another horse.
Oh, you
I
did.
like horses.
You,
I like horses.
you're gonna make horse.deck.
I'm gonna make horse.deck. I've already got most of it done.
Oh wow.
But it's just a matter of I need to figure out whether I want to go Soul Sisters or Control.
Oh, so what like a modern or?
Well,
I mean, you're saying
concept is
Soul
comparable.
Sisters.
Yeah, the concept's comparable. It runs off of Ketra's Monument and Anointer Priest.
Oh, okay. Would you
So
also be would you also be putting in the one casting 04 what is it? Servant of the Godfair or something? The one that
God Pharaoh's Faithful.
Yeah, that one.
I was planning on keeping it mono white, but
Okay.
the other direction I was planning on going was well, cats riding horses.
Okay, so like a green white cats riding horses.
Yeah, and it would run off the Pride Sovereign.
Pride Sovereign and like Regal Carousel and Sacred Cats.
So I could go either direction, but I mean, between the Brox and my pre-release I'm happy where I'm at with Hour of Devastation.
Right.
No luck on Nicobolus, but I was able to trade for a Samet and some other nice goodies.
That's good. That's good. I got 3 uncaged menageries, and I wanted to just punch my monitor. It was just I sold one, and then the very next pre-release I pulled 2. One is my promo, and I'm like, I hate this card so much, but God, it's so bad.
There's talk about somehow getting it to play well in Dragon Tribal.
Oh, I mean, if it spikes, I am selling them all off. I don't even care. I want them out of my face. Like, well, I'll trade them for like Doomsday promos or something. Doomsday invocations.
Let's take a look at well, the possibilities with Uncaged Menagerie. If you're doing a solid green ramp and you just decide, let's uncage for 7, and yeah, it makes Dragonstorm look rather pathetic in comparison.
I suppose, because you're looking for 7 different 7 CMC creatures.
Exactly.
I guess. I mean, are they what you call it? Are they I know, like, for example, Green Sun Zenith is limited by color. I'm double checking. Is this limited by color? Or is it just okay? They're just creature cards.
CMC different name.
Yeah, it's just converted monocost X reveal on. Okay. Oh, they go in your hand though. I don't want that. That's the other reason why this card is bad. Oh Jesus, no, God.
That's
that card is rubbish. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was remembering incorrectly.
Yeah. If it was Green Sun Zenith, I wouldn't be complaining, right? Puts the son of a bitch in your hand. It's like, I can't play this. I can't do that. Because now you have a handful of 7 CMC dudes that you'll never get to play. Because you've tapped out. And now you have to discard down to hand size, because I'm sure you have cards in your hand to set up for that.
Uncage is seriously hand?
It's hand. It's bad. I think it's a sorcery, too. It's like double terrible, you know? Yeah, it's a sorcery. It's just, oof. That's 2 strikes. And it's green. I hate the color green. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in the wood chipper where it belongs. Yeah. Yeah, that card is just bad. It's rough.
Oh.
It's not a good card.
Oh God.
I think that's why it dropped in a lot of people's boosters and boxes, because it's such a doo-doo card that, you know.
Yeah. Now that I know it goes to hand for sure. Yeah, I really can't find a way to. I mean, that doesn't even work in Tooth and Nail.
Tooth and Nail is better because Tooth and Nail puts it on the field.
It may only be limited to 2, and it may cost 9, but I mean.
But they hit the field, like.
Yeah.
And you can, I mean, at least in EDH, you can quicken them, and then boom, you do it at end of turn or whatever with a bunch of mana. Yeah. You can't even do that with this. It just stays in your hand, and it's like, okay, you've tapped out for this. It's real bad.
Is Entwine an additional cost or an added cost?
It's an additional cost. You choose to entwine as you cast.
Okay.
Because
So
you
basically-
because steps to casting a spell, you have to choose your modes first. So if you
Okay.
select one mode, you only when you're calculating the cost, the game knows that you've only selected one mode, so you'll only have to pay the one cost. When the game knows that you've selected more than one mode, it's going to apply the additional costs as directed by the card.
Okay. So if you cheat cast it, like off Aetherworks Marvel or something, could you pay the Entwine cost?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I believe you get the base.
Well,
Yeah. If I had a tooth and nail on me,
for a second.
I would just have to look it up. Yeah, I don't think you can pay the Entwine. Because the base is choose one, and it's an addition. Yeah. I could be wrong. I could get memed on in the comments, but that's okay. That's what we do here.
We'll find out in time.
Right. We're just fun posting. I could look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's you get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, still a good card.
If this would tell me Entwine, or actually I could just look up Entwine in the rules, comprehensive rules, search Entwine. Entwine tells me static ability of modal spells that function while the spell is on the stacked. You may choose all modes of the spell instead of just one. If you do, you pay an additional cost. It's an additional cost.
So you would be able to cheat cast it and then entwine it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you'd be able to entwine it because you can't pay additional costs. I think.
Well, like with tormenting voice and stuff like that, the additional cost is discarding a card.
Yeah, but
You're allowed to
that's
do
an
that.
additional cost to play the spell, not an additional cost to do extra stuff.
Yeah. Well,
That's like it's like for bonus things, Wizards seems to, and I could be, it's like I like, oh well, no, that's not an additional cost. That's more a way to, that's an alternate cost. It's alternate cost versus additional costs, I suppose. Yeah, something to look into, for sure.
Yeah, later date.
Yeah. So just wanted to jump in here in post-production. I did look into the Entwine question. I don't know why when I actually recorded this at the time that I didn't make that connection, but yes, you can entwine a spell cast with Aetherworks Marvel. Basically, you are choosing your modes and choosing to pay the additional mana cost, which Aetherworks Marvel says you can cast spells without paying their mana cost. That's all I wanted to add. Now back to our feature presentation.
So, aside from pre-release, how's the set treating you so far? Anything you're interested in?
No, outside of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 5 pre-release kits that I've cracked. I'm good. See you all in Ixalan. You know, it's standard is not interesting again. Too many board wipes. If you're gonna have all those board wipes, you best have some sort of like funny combo deck that you could play. There's no funny combo you can play.
There's a couple interesting things that I could see coming out of standard right now that could have effects in modern.
Like, well, I'm talking just standard.
Strictly just standard.
Strictly just. Really, you think?
I think Desert Dot deck is a possibility. Especially since we have Excavator.
Like Excavator, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Excavator and Mirage Mirror, I don't think we could see Desert Dot deck.
What colors would you do? I mean, obviously green for the Excavator, but like what else?
Honestly, I'd go 5 color.
Really?
I would go 5 color.
That's wild. And what would you do?
The lands would be 5 color. Basically, have more than one ramen up Excavator. Probably run Mina and Den. So I guess the primary would be red-green.
Wow.
And basically just it would turn into a really, really grindy staller.
And what would your your win con?
Probably Endless Sands.
Interesting.
Just straight up
just beat them in the face with deserts.
I'm in the face with deserts, and well, if they try to board wipe, just remove everything I have little by little over time. Board wipe myself, and well, once the field is clear, bring everything back and just punch them in the face until they quit.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter even if you board wiped because you have deserts. It's not like they can kill the deserts. I mean, they could. They could do like is a braid target land?
No, a braid is
No.
only 3 damage or artifact.
Is what's the one that?
Violent impact.
That's the current
land.
one. Okay, that's the current land destruction effect. I mean, of course, you could like Rickrollus exile things, but outside of that,
not sure if I'd focus too much on walkers. I mean, definitely, Steward of the Elements is something to be looked at simply because, well, if I'm running nothing but lands, then, well, something that turns lands into creatures is God.
I feel like Tireless Tracker would be helpful here.
Tireless Tracker would definitely be a
just to give you,
just to give you
some, some good card advantage. What about the what's his name? Sylvan Advocate. Land creatures you control get plus whatever.
Was that Advocate? I thought Advocate was +2/+2 vigilance when you have 5 or more lands.
Oh, was there another one that pumped? Sylvan. And land key. No, yeah, it's both. It's 6 or more lands, Sylvan Advocate, and land creatures you control get +2/+2. So
okay,
it's like it's a lord that works with itself.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess then first thing I would do is have everything and anything that has Awaken on it in the deck.
Well, you'd run like the Awakening, the Awaken board wipe and things like that.
Part the Water Veil.
Right. Well, not maybe not that one.
Why not?
Isn't that one like 1 billion mana?
9.
Yeah, like I said, 1 billion mana in standard.
Yeah.
You just get run over by the first Mardu Vehicles deck.
Yeah.
Alright, what were we talking about again?
Desert dot deck.
Right, deserts.
Bible.
So yeah, Sylvan Advocate, you'd be doing like that, excavators, maybe
I think the problem
tireless trackers.
Like Sylvan Advocate is just a matter of that would be your win condition instead of running the desert itself. Which, I mean, that's not a bad win condition, but if you're going for a thematic deck, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Oh, I mean, okay, if we're going thematic, I suppose I don't even know what I would put in this. It seems it suddenly like the quality seemed very for standard.
If you're running off of Sylvan Advocate, then yeah, definitely. If you're not going for the theme kill or a specific mode of play, then yeah, definitely Sylvan Advocate fits perfectly. Right. You'd also want things like Splendid Reclamation, Nissa's Renewal, Hedron Archive. Sadly, we lose almost all of it when Standard rotates, but well. That's
would it be so sad though?
I don't think so.
I think it'd be a lot better with way less stuff in Standard. Cause is it both Battle and Shadows go away with Ixalan?
Yeah. Both
oh,
blocks.
Thank God. Those blocks were that was some rough stuff.
Well, I'm glad to see Nulamog go away because Nulamog is irritating as all hell, and he will not be missed.
I mean, for me, my most hated card out of both blocks would probably be, again, Tireless Tracker. Good riddance. That thing is obnoxious. Very hard to play against, really. It's just...
Well, I mean, now that we have...
Especially with Winding Constrictor. That's the reason why I hate it so much.
Well, we have... Well, of course, Fatal Push to deal with him.
He's a 3. He's a 3.
Uh-huh.
You have to throw something away to turn it on.
That's not a problem.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, let's just say if my opponent has a Tireless Tracker that has 10 counters on it, I'm going to swing into him as much as possible. And when he finally kills something, I will kill his Tireless Tracker.
I suppose. But that's a lot of hoping.
The possibility. The other possibility is they swing at you with the tireless tracker, and you just chump block it because it doesn't trample.
Yeah, but I mean, card advantage wise, it's really bad because then you're giving two for one, or
Agreed,
he's gonna get
agreed.
some way. He's gonna. I mean, this is the same deck that runs Walking Ballista. He's just gonna. I mean, I guess if you Walking Ballista is the thing out of the way, then you just shoot it. So I guess there's that. But then that's still two cards for
Exactly.
one. It's like I don't know. It's there's basic like I see it as like there, you don't win in the end against the tireless tracker. Like or at least
No, it's
in this
definitely
current
hard to
format,
it's
definitely.
definitely hard to come out ahead against tireless tracker.
Yeah, I mean, if this was old Innistrad, that guy'd be dead like in five different spells, like because he had the
If this was written
non-werewolf one. But yeah, tireless tracker, dying to like five different spells. I don't know.
yeah.
It's just in modern. It's just very. It's different. You know, it's different. Let's see. Let's move on before something happens. Okay. Did you read about this? FNM promos being taken away.
I briefly skimmed over it. I didn't actually read the entire article yet. There's quite a few people talking about it on social media. My thought on it is if Wizards feels that they aren't generating enough turnout because of the specific rewards they're offering,
Right.
they are not going in the right direction unless they are going to be offering prize support per store.
No, I was reading or I saw a couple of comments on Facebook. The whole oh, but you know we tried with a couple of good promos like Fatal Push and Aether Hub, and nobody came out anyway. But then
Kidding me?
they weren't thinking. Well, I mean they're talking about big picture, not just us.
Oh.
They're but like the thing is like nobody's gonna show up to a standard format that's got like bans every 2 months. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you have fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Clown World, nobody's gonna want to show up. So like to
If standard wasn't such a steaming hot pile right now, there's no doubt in my mind the turnout would skyrocket simply for the if they
right,
ran Fatal Push for a whole month,
right, like they did,
that would
yeah,
be a turnout.
right. I mean the whole idea of oh just because promos didn't show up or sorry promos didn't change the turnout so much is not because the promos is not that wouldn't be the reason that promos are not tied to player involvement.
No,
It's player
usually
involvement is
because
due to the fucking meta being a steaming pile of shit. Like,
to put it simply,
right? It's like, come on, man, don't.
I have zero faith in the standard market at the moment. I think it's fun to play, but it stops there.
Right,
I mean, there were
absolutely.
several discussions that even the some of the Hall of Famers have about discussing the state of standard. The only reason most people still play standard is because they want a chance at the Pro Tour.
Right.
They want a
Otherwise,
chance to go pro.
you're right. It's literally just spikes only because all the other people are like, well, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna go to GPs. I'm not gonna do PPTQs. I'm not gonna go to the Pro Tour. Why should I care? This format is not fun.
Exactly.
Right.
If they bring back old Magic and they bring back the fun that used to be standard back in, I mean, even during Cons Block, it wasn't that bad. It was actually really enjoyable.
I don't know. I guess
I would
it
I
was
wouldn't
more
go out of my
fun.
way.
It was more fun then than it is now. I'll give you that, but it wasn't fun.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't
During
find it fun.
Cons Block, it's not like I would go out of my way to play, but if I'm not doing anything else, yeah, sure, I'll definitely jump in for draft. I'll definitely jump in for FNM.
Well, draft is draft, but
But
yeah, yes, standard for standard FNM definitely. Yeah, I it's been hard. Like I haven't found a fun since maybe Theros was fun because you could build some silly things and with you could. I mean, sure, you had mono black devotion,
Mhm.
and it basically
Well,
ruled everything under the sun until it was rotated out.
yeah,
But
Erebos was painful.
no, it wasn't even that. It was Gray Merchant of Asphodel, just
Oh,
draining you for two times your devotion. Is just
holy crap!
yeah, Gray Merchant of Asphodel. Look that up.
I actually did not end up playing against that at all.
Oh, it's literally a shotgun to your mouth and them pulling the trigger very violently.
Holy wow!
Yeah.
That is busted.
4 of those with let's see, what was before Theros? I believe I want to say it was RTR blocks. So you had things like Desecration Demon. You can look that up too. You had things like Pack Rat. You had that deck was disgusting. But even that wasn't as like, I don't know. At least people knew what to do in that format.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on now. Like, you try to build something, it gets banned. Like, what?
Exactly.
There's no stability. Everyone has. It's like there's fear in the markets. Everybody's selling off because, or at least I'm seeing lots of sell-offs because nobody knows what's gonna. I mean, granted, you have the usual sell-off that happens when a set comes out and everyone's kind of just feeling it out. But like on top of that, like everyone's sick of the format. They just want it gone.
Well, like I said, everyone's just lost confidence in the state of standard.
Oh yeah, it's like I don't want to play in a format where my cards could be worthless overnight, and I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
And when it came down to the thought of whether aetherworks Marvel was going to get banned or not, I chimed in on a lot of the discussions. I looked at the data, and both Goldfish and WotC themselves both put out independent data, and both showed almost the exact same thing. aetherworks Marvel made up less than 40% of the meta.
40 is a lot, though.
40 is a lot, but when you compare it to Mardu Vehicles, which was sitting at about 41, 42%, but nothing out of Mardu Vehicles got hurt at all.
Well, did you see Hour of Devastation? Like, it's like the set of board wipes and artifact destruction.
Well,
they printed an entire set to blow up a deck. Like holy crap.
That's true. But we're also talking in the middle of Amonkhet and before Hour of Devastation spoilers even started coming out.
True.
When Marvel ended up on the chopping block and it finally got banned, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why they would ban Marvel. There is nothing in
Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas. On turn 4.
Yeah, Nicol Bolas and the God's Last Acts.
Both of them, that's more than enough to honestly merit a ban.
So,
even with Solemnity. Although you could... Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then every deck would just be running Solemnity, and we run into the Smuggler's Copter issue. Every deck has it.
The difference that Solemnity is between, like... It was like,
It doesn't win games.
Right, it's a sideboard card, which is why it's not gonna see play in every single deck. It would see sideboard play, similar to the one from original Innistrad. How everybody thought that card was a joke, and then it shot to like $20.
Dahmpir Hexmage?
No, Innistrad. Same thing. White enchantment. Stony Silence. Same thing.
Oh,
This is Stony Silence. Yeah, this is Stony Silence all over again. Although everybody's like learned their lesson from Stony Silence, because when that was out, everybody called it a steaming pile. It doesn't even stop. It did nothing. And now it's like what 10, 15, probably in that area.
On the cheap end, maybe.
Right. I mean, now I had play sets just laying around in my crap binder, and like I would pull them out like to show friends, like, check that out, check that meme out. And now they're now it's like a small golden brick in my trash binder. So that's something.
Let's take a second and actually look at what Stony Silence stops.
Artifacts.
It stops eggs, flat out.
Eggs was banned.
Eggs is banned. I did not know that.
Second Sunrise got banned, and the deck is no more because of it.
Ah.
Yeah. So that doesn't do anything to that.
Let's see.
Should play eggs. I should build that deck. That's another. That's a fun technical deck to play.
Stony Silence would definitely stop vehicles.
Yeah.
It stops pretty much anything that uses cheap artifacts.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like your Moxin, your crack effects, whatever.
It kills. Well, it would hurt some Storm decks simply because some of them use artifact acceleration.
Yeah, I mean, it would turn off, turns off, Charbelcher, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big enough hoser that nowadays it's worth something. Even if, you know, during its printed time, it was a fucking meme. It really was. It really, oh my god.
And that's why right now, you know, there were quite a few cards that I took a look at and just flat out said this card is going to be amazing. And I mean, I got laughed at for a lot of them. Fraying Sanity was one of the first ones I said this card is going to be broken as all hell.
I'm still going to be on the fence with the Fraying Sanity question. I want to see. I did see, what was it? There was that one deck list from Star City that had it going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to, I mean, we'll see.
Well, Fraying Sanity tripled in price overnight.
What is it now? $6?
$3.50. It started off at $1.
Whoosh! Oh man, to the moon we go with this one.
Hey, well, here's the problem with Fraying Sanity and Standard. It's only good until Start of the Wake cycles. After Start of the Wake cycles, Fraying Sanity is not nearly as good. There's a few things that help mill. There's one spell in Hour of Devastation that mills for 5. There's the Desert that mills for 3. Or was it 4? But no,
It's
Fraying.
the
The thing
right.
that gets me about Fraying Sanity is it's put into graveyard from anywhere.
Right.
So I'll board wipe while you have 5 creatures in play.
I mean, it forces people to worry about cycling too much.
Exactly.
Because now you're flipping too many cards into the thing, into
Exactly.
the yard.
And a board wipe, hell, land destruction has a bit of has a bit of merit now.
A little bit.
Even though it's not really playable in Standard, but I mean, I could see a control deck, a red-blue control deck that runs land destruction and Fraying Sanity actually getting somewhere. I can't call it a tier deck. It'll definitely be fringe, but it would be something that no one has an answer to. I mean, the closest answer you'd have would be Nimble Obstructionist. Just counter the trigger off of Fraying Sanity. That's the only way you'd be able to stop it. There's nothing else that stops it.
Well, enchantment removal.
Good luck against a control deck.
I mean, it's there. I mean,
True.
a control deck's going to counter your Nimble Obstructionist. Like, that's not really too much of a... Control decks do everything. Like, that's kind of...
Yeah.
The thing is, Control's not good in Standard right now. It's just not...
I think
what is the control deck now is Fraying Sanity, I believe.
The control deck right now runs off Gearhulk and Engulf the Shore. So...
MTG top 8. What is the current control deck?
I'm pretty sure it's Torrential.
Well, I mean, that's... You wouldn't not run Torrential in a Fraying Sanity deck.
True.
Standard. SCG Invitae, nope. Oh, they have nothing big. We're gonna go ahead and check today's Standard League results. Mono Black Zombies won today's league. Nobody plays this game. Is it Control? 4 Gearhulks, Abrade, Glimmer. It's literally counter and burn everything, beat you in the face with a Fumarole and a Gearhulk. That's boring.
Now, just imagine if there was Fraying Sanity in the deck.
We're going to take a quick break. I have a Chateau Cardtiste that I recorded shortly after the banning of Aetherworks Marvel. We'll go ahead and play that, and we'll take it after that. We'll be right back. Culture, class, net decks, scrubs, never-ending standard metas, dong-sucking, supreme gentlemen. These things and more await you in Le Chateau Cardtiste. Come, join us. Wow, this last FNM has left me the saltiest I've ever been since I last got back into the game about a year ago. This is just venting, but here's my story. I don't come to FNM to compete. I don't have the budget for it. I come out to have fun because I love the game. I love homebrewing fun deck ideas, and I love helping others understand the game. This gives me a chance to improve my decks, get new ideas, and in spite of how poorly I do, my LGS gives out a promo card that isn't worth much. I usually get some cool EDH cards this way. Tonight, though, I went up against a Marvel deck. Since it's not officially banned until Monday, this guy gets his last swan song. Okay. I plan on playing my best in spite of feeling like conceding from my first upkeep. That feeling didn't go away. He's rushing me through phases even though I'm moving at a reasonable pace. He's calling me to blow through triggers because I wasn't ready for qualifier level play. I challenged him several times on the first hand of 3, and I won, but the next 2 went to him. Second was due to him popping off Ulamog the moment he got a chance, and the third because, literally, I had enough of his shit. I was trying even harder because this would have been the only and last time I'd legally play against a Marvel deck, but I ended up losing the match. I suppose I shouldn't have went to FNM with a casual mindset, playing a budget homebrew, but this guy could have been way more forgiving and patient. I felt like I was in high school, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Definitely ruined the rest of my night. All else said, though, at least I can say I gave Marvel a serious run for its money. The guy was just terrible and played a net deck. I normally have fun and even tough, prickish matchups don't get under my skin so much, but this one in particular... well, at least I got a neat card for EDH. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that Chateau Cardtiste. I recorded it, like I said, before the banning of Aetherworks Marvel, so it's a little old news, but still very funny. Figured I deploy it here since I didn't upload it on the channel normally. So, trying to move on since I know we went back into talking standard. It's funny. I actually hate that format, and I've talked about it the most here today. Top 5 favorite cards from Hour of Devastation. Go.
Well, hands down, without a doubt, it's got to be Crested Sunmare.
Crested Sunmare. Okay, number 1. What else?
Mirage Mirror.
Okay, Mirage Mirror.
Majestic Myarch.
Wait, what's that? What? Majestic what?
Myarch.
The Chimera. Okay. It's so funny. That card is like so forgettable. That's a card. For me, at least. I don't know.
Nimble Obstructionist definitely hits a really, really interesting place with me.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I gotta give my last spot to Hour of Devastation.
And that card is so good. That card is ridiculously good. That card single-handedly got me to stop playing Standard because Zombos can't handle it. They just can't. The damage is too big, and it's just literally cannot. Gideons die to it. You know, even buffed up Zombos die to it. It's like, all right, that and Hour of Revelation. So let's see, my top 5 would have to be number 1, Hour of Devastation. That card is ridiculous. I need to get a playset of it. That is the Yokel Hulps of our time. It really is. All it needed to do was say, destroy all lands, and I'd be there. I would have bought a foil playset. Well, yeah, just sacrifice all permanents. In fact, just make it red and white, and just call it a day. Call it the Hour of Devastating Revelations, and just we'll give it the extra stipulation that it'll cost 3 less if we have more than 15 non-land permanents. And it'll just be like sacrifice all permanents. It'll just be screw it. Just kill everything.
Worldfire.
Yeah, Worldfire did a similar thing. Because it
definitely interesting card.
Dealt damage to. It actually got banned in EDH. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow!
It's like it was like because those kinds of effects are usually banned by the rules committee. They're just too ridiculous.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Like biorhythms banned, upheavals banned for the same reason. It's like you just get blown out.
And yet capsize is still in there.
Yeah, but capsize is like very small. It's like 1 creature, or it's like 1 permanent. This is like literally, wipe your board.
It's so irritating.
It's wipe your board and kill you, whereas that's just bounce a guy back to your hand and do it like 1,000 times. I guess because of it's because of all the mana you spend on the capsize that it's okay compared to like paying 7 and just killing you, outright killing you. Let's see. So Hour of Devastation, Hour of Revelation, those two. You have turned me on to the Mirage Mirror. That card is pretty good. It truly is good. I'm gonna probably get a couple more One's gonna go into my cube, and the other one's gonna go to like my Shroom commander deck or something. That card is quite good. Let's see, so that's 1, 2, 3. Never got to play with Rick Rollis. Don't know if he's good. So I won't count him. I liked Romumet Excavator.
Yeah, the Excavator definitely makes well, it's Magus of the Crucible.
Right, it's basically Magus of the Crucible of Worlds. Definitely really good. Let's see, that's 4. What's the 5th one?
Let's see. Let's take a quick look.
What would I pick?
Did you get a chance to play with any of the gods?
Insofar that they got shot instantly when they hit the field. Yes, okay. It was literally play Scorpion God, cool, shoot him. It's like, all right, play Scarab God, cool, shoot him. I'm like, oh, okay, so these guys are just giant fucking flag bearers. Like,
what about Wildfire Eternal?
Never pulled him.
Oh,
never pulled him. Heard he was fun. Never played him. Never got to play with him.
Definitely a Punisher.
I've heard. He's he's in a world of tough choices. Let's see. I'm flipping through. I do quite like the Hippo. Rampaging Hippo.
Hippo was nice.
Hilarious green common of the day. That strip Roverwinder. Also quite good.
Was that the hexproof one or the cycling?
It's the cycling hexproof. Oasis Ritualist. That card is sweet. I would argue that card is sweet. That card is freaking sweet.
That's the Exert for 2 mana, right?
Yes, that's the Exert for 2 mana. That card is fucking nuts. That's what I would pick in Hour of Devastation for sure.
What do you think was the most overhyped card?
You mean the harsh mentor of the set? Good question. The Scorpion God. That card is a steaming pile of shit. I don't know how people can ever get it to work when it keeps on getting shot. Honestly, the most underwhelming, basically 90% of the rares, just about every single one of them, I would literally rather have a common. It'd be like, man, you could be another Hippo, or man, you could be another one of the, Sidewinder, Riverwinders.
I'm gonna lean toward both the Earthshaker and Resilient Kenra.
Earthshaker was the
prevents a block, and Resilient is +X, where X is power.
That card is bad, yo.
Yeah.
You're never gonna eternalize that, and it's only gonna pump for 2.
Exactly.
That card is bad.
But I mean, a lot of people are looking at it and they're like, "Oh my god, this card is gonna literally win me games."
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, in a like overhyped, turns out to be a steaming pile. Yeah, that card, it suffered from the one from RTR that did that plus power plus X, where X is equal to its power.
Are you talking about Craterhoof?
Not Craterhoof. It was from RTR. It was Wild. Was it Wild Beastmaster? I want to say it was Wild Beastmaster. I'm gonna check my work. It was a human warrior. Wild. I was right. Yeah, Wild Beastmaster. The thing's a steaming pile of shit. Never play with it. In fact, if you shrink its power, before it resolves, you actually shrink your dudes, and this card works the same way. I've actually watched people lose, wipe their boards accidentally when somebody would shrink the ever-living shit out of a Wild Beastmaster prior to his trigger resolving. It's very, very fucking funny watching, suddenly, +3/+3 turned into -5/-5. What was that? Sorry.
Oh, right. Heartless Summoning.
It's kind of like Heartless Summoning. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would just die instantly. It's the problem. You had to do -X, 0. You have to just shrink the power so it stays on the field. Otherwise, it dies and then nothing happens. Or no, it checks last known, so it would probably it wouldn't work out.
Some interesting effects things might have in modern, more so than Legacy and Vintage. I think the Scarab God might actually have some hope.
Is that before or after he gets automatically shot whenever he hits the field at 5 mana?
You just gotta find a way to keep him alive.
Path to Exile.
Blossoming Defense?
Pat the Exile in response. I can do this all day. This is a format of 1 mana kill spells. Blossoming Defense is cute. Very cute. Like, nobody plays those cards.
Well,
Bounce your guy back to your hand, Vapor Snag, lose a health. Then when you play it again, I'll counter it with some whatever. It doesn't even matter. It's already been screwed with. It's modern is the format of like mountains upon mountains of removal.
so there were a few other cards that actually kind of caught my eye. There was that one Aftermath card that lets you get a creature with 2 or less CMC from graveyard to field.
Oh, that's it was black, right? It was a like one casting.
It was black and red, I believe.
Yeah, it was uncommon, I believe. I feel like I have one.
Oh wow, I thought it was a rare.
No, it was it's an uncommon. There was a cool red white rare. Bounce any number of non-land permanents to your hand, and then the red Aftermath was you can discard you can discard however many cards and you can draw that much. That card is going to be ridiculous because at least in like in the older formats, because cycling through lots of cards and bouncing a bunch of permanents to do so is friggin' ridiculous. Therefore, that card is going to be nuts. Telling you right now, get your play sets, get in on the ground floor while there's still like less than $1. That card is retarded, I think. I could be wrong.
It's a dirt cheap wheel effect, and I mean, there's really no negative to it.
Right. It's just it's everything. It's instant. Pretty sure it's an instant, which makes it even like holy crap. This card is amazing. I wish I knew what it was. I'm not going to dig through all 6 of these Prerelease boxes to find it, but
pulling up Hour of Devastation right now.
But yeah, it's just a really good card.
Oh, my computer needs to go faster. That was Leave the Chance.
Leave the Chance. Yes, that card is fucking amazing. Do pick it up. I love it very much. I think it's a very good card, just because of all the silly things you can do in Vintage with it.
The one I was talking about was Claim to Fame.
Yes, Claim to Fame. That's the one.
I've already seen Death Shadow lists that run it. It's
good.
All kinds of dumb.
That card is good. That's another one. Get in on the ground floor, because those 2 are the only 2 good Aftermath cards. All the other ones are trash. Believe me. You're looking at basically the future of Magic as we see it. No.
Well, no.
It's no. They're really good though.
Raptor driving a skyship. That's the future of Magic.
The future of Magic is pirate depression, with lots of alcoholism. Talking about that, how do you feel? Have you seen any of the Ixalan spoilers?
I didn't even know they had released any.
Well, I mean, there was the leak of that entire sheet. You heard about that, right?
I did not. I am research now.
Like, I totally don't even follow Magic news. I actually hate following Magic news, but yeah, it was about.
Oh my god!
It was about a month ago. Some dude at at one of the printing presses literally took a picture of a sheet and leaked it on the internet. And granted, like, I've already forgotten what cards are on there, but other people have already, I heard
they're bringing back.
They're bringing back the core set lands. They're bringing back the core set lands, which is good because I have my play sets of everything, so that's cool. I'm ready for Standard to disappoint me again, so that's always good.
The partners.
Yeah, it's the ally colored.
They're bringing back all the partners.
Right. So there's that.
Wow. Some of this is actually looking rather interesting.
Yeah, I didn't bother looking in at any of the cards. If you want to do that for another episode, that's totally fine. But maybe closer to Ixalan, who knows? Right now we're still basking in what was the disappointment that was Hour of Devastation.
Well, let's bring this one up really quick because this instantly caught my eye. This is a Naya Legend Dinosaur Avatar.
What's it do?
Gishark's Son's Avatar, red, green, white, and 5.
Okay.
7/6, Trample, Vigilance, Haste. When Gishark's an avatar deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is Horde of Notions, kind of?
Well, still see playing like Mail the Anima. I mean the two big Naya decks are Ural the Miststalker or Mail the Anima. Like
what about the Aria?
Aria, what is that?
It's supposed to go with Maela. Basically, it's an alternate win code.
Oh, Mail's Aria. Right. Yeah. Mail's Aria. I mean, in it, I was just talking about generals that would work with that card.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, he's too expensive to be a general, but I could definitely see him in Mail. You flip into him.
I could see potential with Zamet, maybe. Simply because Double Strike Trample just is dumb.
Is he red? Oh, you're talking the Planeswalker. I was still on the commander train of thought, not like what was in the deck.
No.
Yeah.
The creature is Naya.
Yeah, isn't Samet green red? You wouldn't be able to play him in a
green
Samet
red
deck.
With a white ability.
Yeah, so he's Naya. Wait, does Samet have a white?
Yeah.
What? I thought she was straight green red. Her ability's white. Hold up.
Oh, Samet the Tested. I mean, not Samet the...
Samet the what is it? The Heretic or whatever? Voice of Dissent. Oh, wow, it is part white. That's cool. I thought she was straight red-green. Huh. Other creatures as well have haste. Untap another target creature. I don't know. That's pretty big, but she's still...
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's...
She has flash. Yeah. Yeah, so Samet, red, white, and green. That's what we learned before my internet died yet again. I'm wondering whether or not I should just keep in all of these, the TeamSpeak lady saying disconnected, or not disconnected, but user has lost connection. That might be pretty funny in the recording. People might like that. Jeez.
You could try and chop it up to make a little mixtape out of it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna turn. I've already got like the beginnings of a blooper reel like set for this episode. This is just this episode has been a mess. Absolutely. I didn't even get through all the things on this list, and I'm actually fine with that.
Oh, I mean, I am distracting.
No, it's not. It's not.
Squirrel quite a bit.
No, but I like the squirreling. If anything, the thing that's the terrible thing is having to reconnect and then disconnect, or having to have to stop. That part sucks. But like outside, like the actual content moving around, I'm fine with that. Honestly, I feel like if I had known what I knew today, like the radio shows I did back during my college days would be way more fun than they were, because they were dull. I didn't know what I was doing, and like now that I've sort of, ever since becoming a hermit, I've done nothing but listen to podcasts, and that plus the previous experience I've spent, behind the radio desk is kind of where I'm at here. This is the pit. This is the peak. This is what I'm gonna chop this bad boy. Like literally, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 7th part of recordings. It's all gonna get chopped up. It's in chronological order. It's just I basically have to splice them together, chop out the the background noise when it gets bad. When I lose connection or when you get pulled away. It's ridiculous. It's great. I love it. I feel like all the good podcasts they all start out this way. It's like dudes trying to test out, see what works, and then eventually once they get into their rhythm, it's gonna be perfect. But just this as a test run, this is fantastic. I really do want to thank you for being my guinea pig here, because I hate talking to myself.
You're welcome.
It's true.
You're welcome.
And
I'm enjoying the hell out of this.
And I suppose to take a little bit of time into this, especially now with the with game nights dying, there's going to be a need in Hilo for some sort of Magic content. Maybe not in the form of tournaments or things like that, but even just two dudes shit posting on TeamSpeak, once a week. That might turn out to be the thing that at least keeps us sane until the next hilariously over wealthy person like tries to open a store.
No, actually, I've been talking to a few people, and there's a little bit of interest in the market, but what needs to happen first, sadly, is Game Nights needs to die.
Oh, don't worry. They announced their death today, so I suppose they're halfway there on that idea. Oh my god.
I don't get me wrong. I am sad to see them go.
It is unfortunate. It is. I mean, this is, you know, gleeful as I may sound. It's more out of well, it's not really even disbelief. I knew it was going to happen. It was just at what point was it?
Satirical, cynical glee.
Oh yeah, I mean it's beyond cynical. I'm straight up. God, what's that? I always use this word and now I've forgotten it.
Pessimism.
Pessimist, nihilistic.
Oh, don't go that far.
What a. Oh God, what's the word? I'm jaded. That's the word. The big, beautiful. Well. That's my favorite word, jaded, because it implies that you cared too much in the past, and I did. I do. I still care. I care a lot. You can tell, you know, it's just I put all of my care in things that I find interesting. Like now I've gone full blast with the kids. You know, I do the whole you know, the Pahoa tabletop gaming club. That has gotten that right now has gotten my basically 80% attention, which is the most will pretty much get out of me. Yeah. Like the store, I mean, it's nice to come in, but it was hard to see those empty shelves, like visit after visit. And like my visits are few and far between, you know. I expected something different between each visit, and
when you come in to see the exact same thing,
it was like,
time.
Like I show up once every 2 months. This is not good, guys. Where are the sleeves? Like shit like that.
Oh, in the
it's
case
bad.
Of sleeves, I can say this simply because I bought most of them. They would come in and they would just instantly be gone within days.
Wow, because like I mean, I remember like my first experience with quote unquote sleeves was I think it was like a day or so after Black Friday. Came in, I was like, yo, I need some sleeves, and there were no sleeves. I'm like, how do you guys not have sleeves? Or not? It wasn't a day or so. It was like a week, actually. It was a week after Black Friday. And they were like, yo, they all got sold out during Black Friday. I'm like, that's nice. Where are the sleeves? Because... No, but like, think of it this way, right? No. You're a store, and you should get your, you know, get your stock back. It's been a week. Like, that's nice. Where are the sleeves? And like, we didn't have any. I'm like, okay, cool. And I literally, no jokes, went to 4 Pillars and bought out their sleeves. Because I wanted sleeves.
Oh, boy.
So I went all the way to Kona for sleeves. I wanted blue pro mats. Now I'm sitting on like 700 of them. Well, it was for my cube. I wanted to build a cube.
Yeah, for that, uniform is must.
Right, absolutely. I mean, so I needed a large amount.
Yeah, your average cube is what, 300 cards?
The small ones start at 300, and then they go from there.
450 for the larger?
450 for the medium, actually. 700 for the large.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I eventually want to get a Conspiracy Cube going. That was actually one of the reasons why I have 2 boxes of Conspiracy 2 and 2 boxes of Conspiracy 1 sitting in my room. I eventually plan to crack them for their delicious single content and put them.
If you would like a hand with that, and I can get together a group of people.
Well,
we can actually run Conspiracy, and then we don't get to keep the cards.
One of them is gonna get opened when I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's gonna be a video. So get in on the ground floor. YouTube.com/c/DeChris. Subscribe today, and there's a copy of Vermintide that I have ready to give away. I'll do it through Gleam. I'll do a video of me opening a box. At 1,000, get this, at 1,000 I will open a box of Eternal Masters. I have half a case sitting in my closet. Two boxes.
Subscribe.
There we go. We're at 81. We just need 19 more loyal fans. Get in on the ground floor today. I heard that line on somebody else's podcast, and I found it so funny. I've started using it in my daily vernacular. Get in on the ground floor. That's so funny. Because
now at 82.
Oh, so good. 82. We're at 82.
I have like 7 other YouTube accounts, so this.
Oh my god. Well on our way.
No, I'm not gonna artificially inflate numbers.
Thank you. My analytics are bad enough as it is. on YouTube analytics.
Oh.
That's too good. But yeah, I to get back to the Rip Game Nights thing. Long story short, you know, you had no stock. It's hard to want to support when you don't have any stock to like buy. But let's see, what else do I have here on the docket? I believe that's, let's see, Game Night's closing, pre-release review, top 5 favorites for Hour of Devastation. That's all I oh yeah, and it's talking about standard. That's all I basically had on this one. Do you have anything you would like to pimp out, plug, or shill?
Oh, just all kinds of Mirage Mirror bullshit.
Ah, okay.
Oh, but probably best to save that for another time. We can go over some of the major points in Mirage Mirror. I even see it being capable in Death Shadow, honestly.
Yes, that'll probably be for another episode. But yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming and going through this test of the emergency internet system coupled with being called away on the other end. It's a very interesting environment. I love it. This is good. This is so good.
Oh, you're gonna be in town on Friday, right?
I'm gonna be in town on Friday because I need to cash out the mountains of store credit I've amassed. I'm gonna turn that into board games or something.
I'm really not sure what you're gonna be buying though, because I pretty much bought everything of value today.
Did you buy the copy of Mercante that was in the corner?
Board game? No,
Good.
No, didn't touch board games.
Okay, well, that's what I'm basically coming after. Because there's nothing magic related I want, so yeah, I'm gonna. I think there was like a King of Tokyo. I don't know. I have to double check.
King of Tokyo, King of New York. No copies of Settlers.
I don't care for Settlers, but Mercante, that better stay there. If you're listening, people who we know, you better not get that Mercante before I get there on Friday, or I will. I don't know. I will debate you on stream. Now I don't know. I don't know. I'll say mean things about you is what's gonna happen.
Go ahead and message Alejandro. He'll set it on the side for you.
Yeah, I mean I will. I'll talk to him. But it's just.
Oh, also.
It's for hilarity's sake.
Looks like Saffron Olive beat me to it.
About what?
Budget Magic Dunmare.
Oh, about the horse.
Yeah, it just released an hour ago.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've always had a thing. I've always had a thing about like content creators that do like super basic stuff, but that's a rant for the next episode. I'm not gonna do that here.
Yeah, I mean we can.
I don't want to.
We can start off.
Yeah.
We can start off with the mirror shenanigans, and then go on to discuss. Well,
before we do that, let's stop here, and then we can plan. So, again, thank you very much to Dahmpir for showing up and putting up with all of the shit. You'll find this recording on my YouTube channel. He's got a huge shovel. Check out the rest of the videos on this channel. Thank you very much to those who got this far. If you liked the video, slap the like, share it around. YouTube.com/c/ToChris. If you like the sound of either of our voices, you want to hear more, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the little bell for the notifications. I do update fairly regularly on a variety of different topics. If you want to talk shit at me, Twitter @DeKurizu. The DMs are open. Feel free to shitpost in my Twitter DMs. If you have donations, you want to get me, an actual internet connection, or get Dahmpir like a good microphone or something. Donations, PayPal.me/DeKurizu. All of this stuff's going to be in the show notes. See, I've got the radio thing like set. Like I know how to do it. But can the connection stay for more than 2 seconds is the real problem. Thank you very much. I'll take us out with some music, probably something by Xerius. Check that out. Thank you very much, and I'll see you when I see you.